Hey, what is up, guys? Oblivious here, and today we are going to be doing our first Infinite Warfare video, except for the unboxing that we did yesterday, if you want to call it an unboxing at all. But today, we're going to be doing, before we actually get some gameplay going, we're going to do the 5 things you probably didn't know about Infinite Warfare that I actually learned about in the first 2 days myself, that I was kind of surprised about, like different things I kind of learned throughout, just like from looking around and stuff like that. I'm going to be sharing them with you today. The first few things I was actually super surprised about. They're just kind of like gameplay mechanics, and then there's other things that have to do kind of with like the main menu and stuff like, not the main menu, but like the quartermaster and stuff like that are kind of different. So leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and we're gonna get into it right now. So the first thing, as you can see on the screen, is in this game, which I'm almost positive you couldn't do in any other Call of Duty, is that when you're holding a nade, you can actually hip fire a weapon, which extremely helps out because there's a lot of times people pull grenades and die while they're having the grenades out, because like when you pull a grenade, you're kind of like your gun just kind of disappears, and like you get that little thing on your screen that kind of like shows like how long until the bomb blows up, like your little crosshairs start like kind of like flicking, and it's like after like 4 flicks I think is when the grenade actually blows up, so you can kind of like time when you're gonna throw and stuff like that. But this game, your gun is actually just put into your left hand or your right hand, and you can hip fire, and your grenade just in your left hand. So it's kind of cool, I guess. I mean, the only reason I knew this was because I actually died by it in a game online the other day, and that's the only reason I found out. Going into the second thing is that I guess all laser weapons or energy weapons in this game actually like bounce off walls and stuff like that and actually get kills. It took me a while to get a kill in this custom game just because the bots were being little bastards, but after like a little bit of attempts, you can see I actually got I started like kind of like aiming at the ground to try and go off a wall, and I was actually able to get a few kills with the Type 100. And I think I'm not sure, because this map I was trying to check if maybe like you can only do it on like actual like walls or stone as opposed to like dirt or anything like that. I wasn't able to like really check it out, but on this map on Genesis, you can see like almost all the walls and stuff like that you can actually shoot bolts off of and get kills off of. I think the damage is reduced because it seems like it was taking a lot of shots to kill the people off the walls, or I was just inaccurate. I'm not really sure, but this kind of reminds me of the Claw, because the Claw is like a specialist weapon or a payload or whatever. It's a warfighter payload. I actually don't know who it's for. Is it warfighter or merc? I don't remember which one. It doesn't matter. I think it's a warfighter. It's the payload where you can shoot off walls, but that thing melts, and it's just kind of just like, I guess it's kind of similar. And I think it's all energy weapons, because I tried it out with this gun and the 3-burst weapon, and they both did it, and also I think one of the LMGs or something like that. But the next thing we're going to get into is actually the map we're playing on in this it's called Genesis, and I somehow didn't know this going in, but this is actually a remake of Strike Zone from Call of Duty Ghost. You can see right here that like this is where like the hot dog guy would go, and this is where like the bar would be, like where B is behind that little wall. And also you can see like that there's like this little, there used to be like a walkway that you could get from like the B flag into the middle of the map, but that's not there anymore. It used to be like a little walkway. And then there's this thing where the big baseball statue used to be. And then there's like the Hunt Club or whatever. I don't really know what you want to call it. There's just like there's a little like a Bass Pro Shop or something like that you could go into. And then also when you came out of that, there was this other thing where there's a little walkway that you could get from like kind of the middle of the map, I guess you could say, to like either the one flag or the other side of the map. And they took that away too. They took away 2 hallways. They didn't add any special hallways or anything like that. And there's also like just like overall the map, like coming out of the Bass Pro Shop or whatever, it's like the courtyard has a little bit more space than it did in the other COD, and I'm not sure. Well, I mean, then it didn't go, so I guess they just changed a little bit about it just to, I guess, fit the movement more, but this is actually a remake of Strike Zone. I did not know that. And the last thing, the last 2 things are going to be nuke weapons and nuke weapons in this game. I've only found that there's only one nuke weapon per like a class of weapon, like SMG, assault rifle, LMG. There's only one. So for the SMGs, it's the Havoc FHR. For the assault rifles, it's the NNV4 Fallout. For the LMGs, it's the Mauler, I believe it's called. The shotgun, I don't remember I think it's a Reaver. I don't remember what it's called, and I remember the pistol's the Calamity. So like, there's only really one like variant of weapon that you can get and a nuclear with in each, not a nuclear, a deatomizer strike in each class of weapon, which is kind of like weird, because I wish they would just have like one for every single like weapon in the game, so you could actually like get a deatomizer with every single weapon in the game. And the other thing is that on this screen you'll see that the Havoc actually takes 40 levels of the Orion initiative to unlock the Havoc. But in the beta it was like whatever the ops. I don't know. This is the second what are they called? Mission team. I don't remember what the first one. The first one, what is it called? I actually don't know what the first one's called, but in the beta, you had to get level 22 with the first mission team and not with the Orion initiative. So they kind of switched around the way things like work and like the different levels and stuff like that. Maybe it was just because they wanted you to be able to get a deatomizer strike with the FHR, but they switched a lot of things around that you could see in all these weapons and stuff like that with the different things like that. The last thing is actually going to be that there is also a thing called QR MSTR collection, which are basically supply drop only weapons and variants and stuff like that you can get. I actually have the DMR1 binary, which is a sniper, which I'm not going to use ever. But these are things like I assume like they'll kind of add things throughout the year of like maybe they'll add like nuclear deatomizer class like weapons or something like that, like only in supply drops or something like that. But these are like these you can't get by buying salvage and actually grinding the game and just unlocking variants. You actually like these are only variants you can get from getting in supply drops and stuff like that. So there is kind of like a like people were worried about the game being pay to win, and it's really not because there's actually like this now. So like I mean like there's a way to get everything with salvage that you can actually buy, and even like the classic weapons you can just buy with like prestige tokens. When you get a prestige, you get one weapon. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like rating. These are 5 things I definitely did not know going into the game, and now I do. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe to the channel. Have a great day. Goodbye.